Hello, this is Smarter Prepping with Uncle Mark, and I'm Uncle Mark. All right, recently I got on the right that bag of yellow potatoes, a 5 pound bag of yellow potatoes. I got those on the right recently. Yes, and before that, there on the left, I got 1.5 pounds of ground pork. Let's see, yellow potatoes, ground pork. For most of my adult life, uh, when I was going to the store and picking out something, I'd buy me some ground beef and potatoes and cook up ground beef and potatoes. So that's a very common thing for me to cook, ground beef and potatoes. But in this case, I got free ground pork. Okay, well that's fine. I never even seen ground pork. I didn't know that make ground pork. Why not? But anyway, so ground pork and potatoes. Okay, the ground pork I got it for free recently. The potatoes I got for free recently. And most of my life, I've used other kinds of potatoes rather than yellow potatoes. But whatever, yellow potatoes. Okay, so we'll go with that. And then also, back, let's say about 2 years ago, I got those 4 cans of green beans. I actually got a lot more than that. But anyway, so those have a best if used by date coming up within the next few months, whatever. So, once again, free green beans. So what did I get free here? Ground pork, potatoes, and green beans. Ground pork, potatoes, and green beans. Now you see the left, those onions, those green onions sprouting. See, I grew those green onions. I harvested those onions on the 3rd of December. It's now the 3rd of January, but anyway. So they've been sitting in my crisper drawer in my fridge for a month, and they've been trying to grow. But anyway, so I'm planning to take the Imperial spread that I bought to kind of grease everything up. Imperial spread is a half oil and half water spread with some kind of seasonings in there. It's half oil, half water. So anyway, so I plan to throw all 4 sticks of that Imperial in the bottom of that See the casserole dish on the right? Yeah. Anchor Hocking casserole dish. To put I plan to place all 4 sticks of Imperial in there first. Then I plan to put the ground pork in there, I guess crumble it around in between the sticks of Imperial, whatever. And then maybe I'll work on those onions that are over on the left there. Maybe I'll try to cut off the roots, try to rinse it off, rinse. Cut off the roots, cut off the green top, peel it, and then toss it in. Cut off the roots, cut off the green top, peel it, and toss it in the casserole dish. Until I get tired of doing it, and I'll throw the rest of them in the darn trash can. If I get tired of working on them, it's no big deal. I can throw it all in the trash. I don't need it, but just for fun. I grew them in the garden, but anyway. And after that, I plan to take those yellow potatoes and each one rinse. They're kind of small. I could probably rinse them off, cut it in half, throw it in. Rinse, cut it in half, throw it in. I probably don't have to cut it smaller than that. I'll look at it. I might cut it smaller, cut it in fourths, but I don't know. We'll see. Probably just to save time. Rinse, cut it in half, throw it in the dish. And then, on top of all that, I definitely, actually, when I get the meat in there, I'm going to season it all with all these seasonings. And definitely when I get the potatoes in there, I'm going to season it generously with the seasoning, which is the iodized salt that you see there, iodized salt, the accent, the black pepper, the onion powder, and the garlic powder, right? Iodized salt, accent, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Sprinkle all that in on the meat and then put the potatoes in there. I sprinkle generously sprinkle all that on top of the potatoes. And then I'll put the 4 cans of green beans on top. They'll kind of fall down in between the potatoes. And then I don't think I'm going to get that whole bag of potatoes in there. We'll see. And then I'll pour that chicken broth in. I'll pour in chicken broth until it's full, almost to the rim. I don't want to get it too full. I don't want it sloshing around when I'm trying to set it in the oven. Now, somewhere in the middle of all that, of course, I'll turn on the oven, preheat it to 300. I think 300 is where I'll go to. Preheat the oven, and then when I finally get it all put in there, nice and nice, then obviously I'll set it in the oven, and I'm guessing I'll be baking it in the oven for about 2 hours. But I'm guessing after about 1 hour, I'll open the oven door and check it with a fork to see how it's coming along. But I'm guessing it'll need to cook 2 hours. Anyway, what I like to say my sweet wife Tanya is no longer with us. Back in the day, she liked to say, later, tater.